Dude. All right. Let's see. Share screen. There we go.
All right. So that's going to be Journal for $500. See, I'm all over it.
No, I never would have got. Look, I was just on a game show, and I didn't do this well.
Yeah,
I like it.
Sure.
Hey, there's Moon.
Hey, Moon Raven. All right.
Rolls you now. Is it rolls you now?
I think rolls now. Rolls
actually Janelle
rolls right off the tongue. You could do a. Oh wait, somebody did that.
Are we trying to come up with any words?
Okay.
Oral. Let's see.
Roku.
Lunar.
Yeah. All right. You have. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. Oh, they're not doing 3 letters. Let's see.
Why am I at such a standstill on this?
There's more.
The planet Urangel.
Yes.
Urangel.
Yep. Yeah, I love it.
Does Nora count as a name?
I don't
Like
think
Nora
no
Jones.
proper nouns. No proper nouns.
Jason Derulo. I think I see Jason Derulo in there.
Right. The Rona is in there as well. If you're looking for the Rona.
Yeah.
Let's
Man,
see.
I'm really stuck at this. These
this
letters
is
don't
not an
agree with
easy
me.
one.
No, we don't. This is not easy at all.
Yeah.
This is going to be one of some of those obscure words. Where they're like, what? Rule? Didn't you know Raoul?
Don't you know Luna?
Raoul?
I failed that one.
Oh,
Hard.
Luna. Is Luna a word? That's my kid's
Apparently
name.
not.
Well, they have Lunar.
Lunar.
Luna.
Of Luna.
Oh man.
And they won't show you. They're just like, no, you don't
we
ever
just
get to
hit
know.
that goal, but
Yeah, we're never gonna know now. Man, 1
1
star. With all
great.
of us.
We did not do great.
pretty judgmental game.
Oh,
Thanks.
boo.
What the hell?
Yeah, Spin to Turtle said flaming bag of dog shit, and I agree.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you had enough letters
I
for that.
agree.
that holds.
Continue.
Yeah, we can't
Here
go
we
out
go.
like that.
Yeah, we got
There we
dog.
go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
right.
English right there.
Now we got rings and we got
rings.
sing and
Sing.
Rings, you
you
got
know,
it. I'll represent that. Oh, I did it in the wrong account.
you know what I mean.
Everyone's doing it.
Siren.
Yeah, it's the E. Sirens with
Oh,
an
He
E.
knows.
dang it, I
That's
can't
much
do
love,
anything.
word her.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you,
then we get
Rena.
ring singular.
Yeah, ring,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
rising.
Rising.
Very
Yeah,
good.
rising.
Very good.
Rising. There
Also,
we go.
siren if they're going to do that. Siren.
Sign. S-I-N-G.
You're right.
Or S-I-G-N.
Oh,
See,
yes.
I can't,
That's right.
I can't do
Time to
anything.
sign. Sign it.
Yeah.
Sign it out. You're
Yeah.
good.
I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I'm happy now.
I don't even know where I would type that in, so I'm just going to shout things.
That's fine.
You go to
you got grins.
twitch.tv/own every word and then type it in there.
Grins. Oh, you already got grins. Good
Grins
job.
is it?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm. You have
Right.
yes, the nerds.
Nerds.
Oh, the
Rigs.
nerds, yeah.
Right, there's
There you go.
Pins.
Riggs.
Grins.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go.
And you have two.
Icing. Nope.
Jizzin.
Jizz.
All day long.
Jizzin.
All day long.
God bless America.
Iris.
That's
Good
a
job.
good. That's
But
a
Iris.
Iris because the
Good
flower.
one.
My daughter's name is Iris, and I was like, well, no, that's a proper noun. But oh yeah, there's
No, it
a
is not.
flower.
It is a flower.
Frickin'
They've done that with a lot of girls' names: Rose, Lily, Iris. You know, Heather.
Yeah.
Oh my
We forget.
god.
We forget all.
I can't think of these last two.
Oh.
That's okay. I think we've done well.
Ains? Burns?
Did we put in ring singular?
Yeah. No one did.
Oh my god,
Holy
Rick Singular!
moly.
Oh,
We got
we
one
missed
word
one.
left. Dang it.
We missed one.
Well,
good.
it's about
Well, we
that
should
time.
probably get the
Alright,
show
let's
on the
take
ROAD,
that.
right, guys?
I would say so.
Guys,
All
3
right.
stars. That's how you go out.
That's
Yeah.
how we go
Yeah,
out.
so-
Here we
yeah.
go. Nope.
Nope. Everyone
Nope.
but
The first thing you do is boot the host. That's
Nope.
the first thing you do.
There we go.
out of here.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the new and improved Own Every Word, the game show. The show where the word heard submits answers to fill in the blank statements, questions, and games, and the Own Every Word team debates which is the best answer. The word herder who submitted the winning word earns incredible NFT prizes with their name on it. I'm your host, Matt Harris, and as always, before we get started, it's time for our Wizard's Pick, a word that won the online game show first. Let's check it out. Absolutely. So, I'm here with a terrific group of panelists, and we'll get to them shortly. But first, let's throw caution to the wind and dive right into round one. Now, our first game is Word of the Year, where you can combine as many of your words as you want to make a word or compound word that fits this definition. An adjective. The color of dead fall leaves when they've been sitting in a pile for 30 days. Let's see what the word heard came up with. So, for the color of dead fall leaves when they've been sitting in a pile for 30 days, cheeseburger cigarette, mimosa bedding, roasting pumpkin, unusable drumstick. Now, I think this is all going together. Is it all going together, starting with Robbins? Let's put it.
I think Robbins is its own word.
Okay, Robbins. With two B's. Eternal Doomy Pickled Caribou Flanks.
That's strong.
Whoo! Right out the gate. All right, so we've got our words. Let's get some first impressions. So let's see. Phil Ranta, I'm going to start with you. What jumps out at you from this?
You know, there's something I love about cheeseburger cigarette, in that like an old cigarette and cheeseburgers kind of have the same color palette as fall leaves that are a little rotting, right? A little brown, little orange, little gray. So I think that one makes a lot of sense. But I gotta say, because it's very fall and it makes it sound like a candle flavor, roasting pumpkin just feels like it tickles my nose in the right way, like the cocaina.
Very true. I think, Starbucks is onto that too, which is why they put pumpkin into everything and cocaine. Most people don't understand this. But I like it. I like it very much. And speaking of first impressions, let's get a first impression for a person who I would say is really brings who judges very heavily off of what you show him first. Race the Canis. What jumps out at you here?
There's a lot of interesting things that I'm seeing here. I've got Robbins. I'll be honest, Robbins, it shouldn't jump out at me like it does, but it absolutely does. I think of Tim Robbins. I think of the great actor from the Hudsucker Proxy,
yes.
Bob Roberts, a phenomenal movie that tried to warn us all back in 1992. I don't know if here's the deal. It jumps out at me. If I'm going to say which one would I pick if I was asked to right now, I'm really focused on the dead fall leaves in a pile for 30 days. There's a certain melange of colors that come together in my mind, and those colors best resemble an unusable drumstick. Because if I saw a drumstick, and I think of a drumstick like a chicken leg, then I would order it like Buffalo Wild Wings. And if I saw that in the color that I'm thinking of, that drumstick would be flatly unusable.
That you've almost convinced me right there. You have me picking words out here. Very true. Something like a compost pile, and even like it's after Thanksgiving. Maybe you're nibbling on a bone outside on the porch. What's it to toss it in a pile of dead leaves? That's
unusable. That's what it is.
It's unusable. It's unusable. Going on to somebody who is very usable, as a matter of fact, Sam Proof. What jumps out at you here?
Yeah, it's hard to argue with Ray just because he's so loud. But and weirdly, Phil, like his mind and my mind, those were the exact order of how things hit me. Like I was like, boy, do I love, and yet horribly, horribly am disgusted by cheeseburger cigarette. That seems right on and really just terrible, and I hate it. And roasting pumpkins just straight in the palate, and it's got the feel. But you know what? it's that time of year. We're drinking some pumpkin spice lattes, and if we're not Irishing them up because he's not in here with us, then you're going to be getting some mimosas. And man, when you've had enough of those, you're going to need some bedding. And what better bedding than a pile of dead fall leaves?
You know what? So it's interesting because we're all sort of forming a hive mind right away. Let's see what we can do with this cheeseburger cigarette. You just said, and now that gives me an image of some 80s bullies movie because everybody smoked, and the bully's going to put the cheeseburger out in the cigarette and say, "Now get yourself one, nerd," or however that goes. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. All right, now you all, my panel of judges, are going to grab your writing utensils and your writing surfaces and get to writing what your final choice is. And we're going to go over to Phil Ranta and the Word Herd and see what they're saying, because I see they're saying a lot.
I'm pulling double duty today. I'm going to do this part too. All right. Let's see. We're starting with Spin the Turtle saying, "The fuck is Irish?" That's what we were saying about 3 minutes before we're going to start the show. Hopefully, if he shows up, we'll throw him on stage. We'll throw.
I will say right now, Phil Ranta,
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed because I went through 25 minutes of sensitivity training that you guys insisted that I call him Irish the entire episode.
Yeah.
And I sat through, I watched, workshops. I had to talk about my feelings just to make sure don't slip and call him anything else. You have to call him Irish. And then he's not even here. I guess he gave me an Irish goodbye.
That's true. Thank you, Lithuanian. I appreciate that.
Hey, you're welcome.
Moon Raven said, "Man, not raking any of these leaves." That's right. You'd get mushy on your toes if you did a lot of that there. Spin the Turtle said, "New this season at Bath and Body Works, it's cheeseburger cigarette, rated NC-17 for nudity."
Yeah.
Effin News says, "Pumpkin spice latte season." That's why I'm so up. That and the cocaine. I also said Hudsucker, great Christmas movie. That's true. Spin the Turtle said, "I feel like I went a little bit overboard with my word now. We'd have to see which word is yours." And of course, Meta CFO said, "Pickled caribou flanks." I assume because there's an exclamation point. Well, let's see what our panel is flanking for the consensus.
Land that play. All right, there we go. I say that came in on that was a great landing. That was very, very smooth. And now everything that has an exclamation point at the end of it, I'm going to hear in my head in that Phil Ranta voice. So, LOL. Now we are back. And it's time to get a word from our panelists to see what their final decision was. So I'm going to start with you, Phil Ranta, because I started with you. What did you land on here?
Totally. And I'm going to have less time to draw tonight, but I still made my choice. I'm not going to change from it because it does kind of Bath and Body Works me out a little bit. I'm going to do roasting pumpkin. There's a pumpkin over a fire and he's screaming because he is being burned to death.
That would elicit screaming, as a matter of fact, and a picture is worth all of the words that you just put in there. So, one from you. Let's go on to you, Race the Canis. Where did you land?
Yeah, I found myself actually very much agreeing with Mr. Sam Proof in when Sam said, "Ray, you're convincing me." I convinced myself as well. Unusable drumstick is the way that I went.
I mean, you know what? You painted such a clear picture. There's no reason to switch it up midstream. So, Sam Proof, you've heard it go one way or another. Were you swayed? Did you stay convinced? Where did you land on this?
You know what? I listened to the people, and I stuck to my guns because everybody wants the mimosa bedding.
Whoa! So here is what we have.
Boy.
And I am so disappointed to start off with this first round. We do not have a consensus, and we do have to have a consensus. Now, just a reminder for everybody, On Every Word is now doing a consensus by majority rule.
Oh, good. Good to hear.
So, unanimousness, as much as we encourage it, is not required. So, who can be convincing? You got less than 60 seconds, and I'm going to leave it to you.
You know, I believe I made the case for unusable drumstick right there off the top. I think of colors. I think of colors associated with words. I'm very literal in how I interpret this clue. dead fall leaves in a pile for 30 days become gross and orange and slimy. That's an unusual. You know what I'm trying to say.
Boom.
I don't see, like, drumstick it cancels it out for me. Like, drumstick has nothing to do with nothing. I'm throwing that in the garbage heap along with all these leaves. See, I could go over to mimosa bedding a little bit because it feels like a fall kind of flavor with bedding on the ground of leaves. But ultimately, I think that all of us second guess cheeseburger cigarette. So if you're looking at a second position, I think that's a good choice too.
I mean, that's fair. That's honestly, it's got the autumn colors right there in the bun. Unusable
And
drumstick,
Ray's
that's just a
uselessness
great
point
mess.
too.
So this is our final. So now we've heard arguments for now. We're coming to a consensus. What say all of you? Are we going with? Wait a minute.
I'm switching mine to cheeseburger cigarette.
Whoa.
Cheeseburger cigarette.
Cheeseburger cigarette.
Cheeseburger cigarette.
I've been convinced.
Coming from behind. Something that Biff may do if Biff was a smoker. That's right, Spender Turtle. Bam! Because it was just like a right hook because you didn't see coming. So congrats to AF1. AF1 coming with the dark horse. We didn't see that until it was right in our eye.
Wait a minute. Matt Harris, that was AF1. Is that Air Force One? Is President Joe Biden playing in this game right now?
Oh,
big
yes.
if true.
I am not at liberty to give that information, but I also cannot deny it either.
Okay.
I believe he heard that the panelists might go on strike, and he was like, I need to represent.
Yeah, he's got to
He
be on the
said,
picket lines.
Hey, Jack. Hey, get on every word there, Jack. So
Me and my gang member Slicey are going to go out to the front lines, knock some heads.
Corn Pop is going to be in there, but AF1, you'll be receiving an official, unofficial, own every word NFT prize with your name on it, and that's round one, everybody. Now that everybody's loose, let's say hello to the panelists. Now, yes, let's talk about the elephant that's not in the room. Irish, if you're watching, I know you're banging on a computer right now that's frozen and it couldn't get in. Know that you are missed. But since you are here, let's talk to people that are. Let's talk to the man who's working all the jobs tonight. Phil Ranta, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a tech director. I'm a panelist. I'm an artist. I'm a freelance whatever, NFT creator, comedian, boxer? Question mark. We'll see. By the end of the night, I'm gonna punch someone.
As a championship polo shirt owner as well. I see we all got the black shirt memo today. So good to know. And now to the man with all the tech gear behind him and the flashy neon lights. Sam Proof, how you doing?
Doing good, yeah. I'm tired. I've been doing other streams all day and shooting video, and I'm kicking myself for not. My girl goes to an MMA class, my daughter, and they had a free audit for a Krav Maga class last night, and I didn't go. But now if Phil's making threats, I feel like I missed out on an opportunity for self-defense.
Oh, they'll keep it open. You'll get in there, you'll get your audit, pick up a couple of moves, and then give him a run for his money. And maybe we'll air it here on Own Every Word. It'll be a new way we decide things. That will be for the future. We'll crowdsource that. But I want to say hello to a very special guest tonight, coming to us by way of Reclaim Detroit.
Right.
Race the Canis, how you doing tonight?
Well, first off, I want to say if this stream devolves into kitty kickboxing, I think we're all here for it, and we could, definitely improve every metric by just getting children in there and just Muay Thaiing the crap out of each other. Yep. Look, I'm just saying right now, I'm into it. But I'm doing great. Reclaim Detroit. Look, I've got a lot of different shows. Own Every Word, Reclaim Detroit. Reclaim Detroit is go to vampiredetroit.com. Point at things. It is a Vampire the Masquerade audio drama that I wrote and am in, as well as Matt Harris and Phil Ranta both play characters on the show. So if you would like to check that out, there are 5 episodes that came out. There are a bunch more in the works right now. You can go to vampiredetroit.com and you can go ahead and get yourself a listenership of a great vampire show that I think is pretty darn good.
It's pretty darn.
You might want to go check that out, especially if you enjoy the people in this room. You have a very real chance of enjoying my vampire show as well.
I'm going to tell you right now, folks, it not only is it coming right in time for you to catch up on it, because it really is good, but it's coming, but you will be all caught up for Halloween when we got the new stuff coming out. So,
new episode in October, everybody. So be ready.
Glad to have you. Glad to be back. So we've got one round down, and now it's time to get into round 2, which is called Question Answer. And just like an unpopular name, an unnamed popular game show, you know, write the question to the following answer to fill in the blank. Round 2. So, answer: a nature walk that turns into an 8-day fight for survival after getting lost in the woods.
Oh boy.
What is blank? Let's see what the word herd come up with. So, a nature walk that turns into an 8-day fight for survival after getting lost in the woods. What is tough shit sports? What is nearsighted bumbles? What is hammered weekend stretch? What is frightening achievement? What is poaching HIIT? Like that high intensity interval training, I'm imagining. Poaching hit in that way. And what is disorderly sloshed power walking?
Wow.
Word herd, I like it. I like them all. So let's get some first impressions here. This time I'm going to start with you, Sam Proof. What jumps out at you here?
I mean, immediately tough shit sports. Just that gotta laugh right out there. I thought that was hilarious. I think that seems anytime tough shit shows up, I'm pretty much there for it. Hammered weekend stretch, that seems right on the nose. So does disorderly sloshed power walking. I think it's all good stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. I might go down with tough shit sports though.
Right? That sums up the sentiment and the activity. All
true.
right there. Let's see. Let's jump around a little bit. Phil, I saw you nodding your head up there. So what? It seems like you got something to say. What's coming out at you?
There's a lot of good here. But like many of these are winners. I think that the fact that it says 8-day fight means that they actually at the end of it got out, right? So to me, that is a frightening achievement, right? They didn't know they were going to live, but they did. It was 8 days. It's time limited, so they got there. But also, I kind of like nearsighted bumbles because it's like very Mr. Magoo, right? Like I'm going for a walk, and then I'm just like doop a doop a doop a doop doop. Where am I? I'm fighting for survival, right? Like I like that because it's a Mr. Magoo cartoon where he may eat his friend.
Oh,
Ooh.
we just found the gritty reboot of Mr. Magoo that Hollywood didn't even know that it was ready for, and right in time for them to come to a tentative agreement with the WGA.
Yeah, you think Bel Air is gritty? Wait until you see Magoo.
When do you see those nearsighted bumbles? We're hitting the ground running. I'm loving it. All right, Race to Canis, you've heard from them, but what about you? What's your first impressions here?
I don't know that I'm ready for the Mr. Magoo live action reboot. You know, Seth Rogen's going to play him, and I'm not sure that's going to pay off. You know, I just don't know if that's going to work for me. Now, tough shit sports, that's going to be tough to beat. It's almost so good that we can't pick it. You know, you got to be very careful when you do these for the show. I'm also looking out here at poaching high impact intensity training or whatever the heck it is. I like the idea of poaching that like an 8-day fight for survival is because they get lost in the woods and one of them like goes nuts and tries to start like hunting them like on the African safari and those terrible big game hunters that go over there and like kill the giraffes. And so now he's trying to do that to his friends, which I actually think I like better than going and killing a giraffe now that I have to think about it. But the two that stick out of my mind, hammered weekend stretch and disorderly slosh power walking, you're going to bring an element of drunkenness into this. I love the idea that it turns into an 8-day fight for survival. I'm really focusing on 8-day fight here because if you get that drunk in the woods, it might take that long to get out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like the poaching hit HIIT also because it does seem like a hunting expedition like that would be set up by some CrossFit people. But I tell you what we're going to do here. Now you guys are going to get to writing, drawing, and doing what you do. Pick those final, let those impressions sink in, pick your final words, and we're going to go over to the word herd. You guys are blowing it up over there. Phil, Ranta, what are they talking about?
Oh my God, they're talking about a lot. We've got Meta CFO saying, Gotta be high intense impact interval training. Is that what it is? High
It's
intensity interval
high intensity interval training.
high intensity interval train. Gotta be hit it, like Pauly Shore would say it.
Nature.
Effin News says, all who wander are not lost.
Ooh.
And Spinda Turtle said, all who wonder are not sloshed.
Bam.
So they're playing with words there. Moonraven, all good sequels to Naked and Afraid. You know, Naked and Afraid is what I call my wedding night. Look out. Spinda Turtle says, LMAO, laughing my arse off. Seth Rogen is Mr. Magoo. That would be I think that's a good one. If you pitch that to Netflix, that would sell. Disorderly sloth power walking cool, but tough shit sports hits it for me.
Boom.
And then of course Spinda Turtle said, I really dig Phil's take on frightening achievement, but slash power walking seems like a winner to me. Well, now we're gonna see who is the winner to figure out who gets that consensus going.
Wow. Now listen, judges, I don't envy you because like you said, these are all winners and the word herd seems pretty split. They seem pretty split evenly. A lot of these are in good running. There's a lot of them that have some juice behind them, some backing. So Sam Proof, you seem very pensive over there. Pencils down. All right.
Yeah,
Test is over.
all right.
But what did you land on?
Yeah, I went with tough shit sports. I mean, we went for a bird walk, and suddenly we're doing some jujitsu. It's
What
gotta
is he
happen.
kicking there? What was he?
Well, you didn't let me finish. That was another guy. It was actually like 40 guys, but this is a reenactment of was it Leonidas from 300? There.
You know what? It looks like there's an
Accurate.
atomic bomb dropping from the sky, and he's punting it back up into the
I
sky.
mean, yeah.
Sometimes when the
pretty
tough shit sports get going, you are the bomb.
Yeah, that is a Fast and Furious moment right there.
just kick the missile, the family. All right. So Phil Ranta.
In my family. That missile's my cousin. Missile.
It's true. We'll be related to Dom. So what did you come up with, Phil Ranta?
Sylvester Stallone in Tulsa King. Check it out. Disorderly / power walking. I think Ray really won me over with the fact that you have to be pretty darn drunk to be out there 8 days. So he's all puking and he's in the woods.
That nuclear explosion in the background of that?
That is either an Oppenheimer moment or a terrible tree. We'll go with one or the other.
It's let the imagination run wild with that. But all right, two differing ones again. We are out of sync. Ray Stakanos, what did you end up with?
Yeah, I convinced myself as well that one of the drunken ones would be my choice. Now, I'm not an artist. I feel real kind of like I feel a little like I'm not up to standard with the rest of you guys with these amazing pictures. I cannot draw like that. So I've gone with Hammered Weekend Stretch and put a little Batman-esque pow in the corner. That's about the extent of what I'm able to do. But I do like the idea of a Hammered Weekend Stretch. This is what I had to give up for children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, haven't we all? Well, I tell you what, again, we are not at a consensus, and again, you break my heart. All right. However, we're kind of in the ballpark here of something. All right. Tough Chick Sports, Hammered Weekend Stretch, Disorderly / power walking. Where can two of these are alcoholic in their leaning? Yeah. Where can we meet in the middle somewhere? Are we going to have another dark horse? Less than 60 seconds. Go for it.
Phil Ranta, I want to hear what you have to say because we're the most similar with our answers right here.
Yeah, the reason why I decided to go with this is because I feel like power walking is something that you naturally do in the woods. Okay. So if you're doing it sloshed and disorderly, it made more sense. That's the reason why I decided not to go with Hammered Weekend Stretch, because I felt like it was more passive and less active. But also, we are split between my favorite three now. So I like Frightening Achievement and Poaching Hit, but I was convinced away from it. But I do think that Disorderly / Power Walking is still the best.
See, and there's the thing about that. The only reason I would push back on you a little bit is because this is an 8-day fight for survival, which means that, it's an entire weekend. Now, maybe that's wrong, actually. 8 days isn't a weekend, is it? I think
don't know.
I actually wrote that down between the two drunken ones because it was the less number of letters. I actually also like disorderly sloshed power walking. And also,
Ooh.
I have to take away my own answer because it does say 8 days, and a weekend, last I checked, is only 3 days. And so I have to go. I'm going to switch mine to Phil's. We got disorderly sloshed power walking. I have been convinced.
Boom!
It's only a weekend that got Gilligan's Island, and it was extended at that point.
Yeah,
Like, we
exactly.
go, "Wah!"
Supposed to be a 3-hour tour, but I'll tell you what, it looks like now by power of majority, we have a winner. Disorderly sloshed power walking. Congratulations to Scary Harry.
How about that? Good job.
Scary
right.
Harry, what a great name and what a great collection of words. You will be the winner of our official, unofficial, own every word NFT prize. And now we're on to round 3, folks. Gang name.
There we go.
That's where you come up with a name for the following group of people. Let's see what we got here in round 3. All right. We have orgy participants who keep their flannel shirts on.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what that's my kind of party. Let's see what the word herd came up with. For orgy participants who keep their flannel shirts on, we have quintets individualists, debased tuxedo villagers, early snug alums, antisocial monsters, laymen, and flanks tassel ruffians. There's you know what? There's some good ones in here. There's some clever ones, and for me, a mic dropper. But it's not about me; it's about you. So let's get some first impressions. This time, Race to Canis, I want to go straight to you, dig right in that brain, and see what comes out for your first impressions.
Boy, that is a scary place for anybody to be. I can tell you firsthand. Now, layman really jumps right away. That one did catch me off guard. With some of these other ones, I did like that one a lot. And I think about, I feel like back in Michigan, I went to this party once. I didn't stay long, but I was there. At one point, I ate some of the cheese tray, and I ended up going home. And what I would call them is the debased tuxedo villagers. I really like that a lot. I think of the many villages up in the great state of Michigan, especially in the southwest corner of the state where Three Rivers is, among others. And a debased tuxedo could be referred to as a flannel shirt. I do like that one a lot.
I think, you know what, I can see that coming for you. Now, Michigan is close to Canada, and some of my Canadian friends I remember them mentioning something as like flannel being referred to as the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
I'm right with you on that. I say well spoken to you, sir. And now I go to Sam Proof. Sam Proof, what jumps out at you?
Oh, geez, that tuxedo was immediately discounted for me because of the tuxedo. But now I have to rethink this whole thing. I might have to call my wife, who is also from Michigan, just to get a clarification on the ruling. I like layman. I thought early snug alums felt good for no particular reason. I just like the way that sounds. Yeah,
they do. There's poetry. There's poetry in round 3 gang name. Phil Ranta, what jumps out at you?
I hate to correct all of you, but I love to correct all of you. It's denim jackets with jeans that are the Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Still, see, Ray brings this out on me because in his podcast, it's a lot of disagreement and arguing. So I bring that into this when he's on this show. It's also one of my favorite podcasts. So, who would win? Check it out. Check it out. But you're right. Layman stuck out to me right away because of the orgy, like a lay. Like it's like flannels are kind of a mask thing, right? It's a little masculine. So it felt like a fit. Regardless of the Canadian tuxedo, debased tuxedo villagers just also feels right because something about villagers and people who wear flannel just feels like a match. And orgy, what is orgies if not about finding great pleasure in being debased by a pile of flesh? Stop touching yourself as I talk about this, everyone out there.
Oh, crap, sorry.
No promises.
No worries. And finally, antisocial monsters I really like because it's just like judging them immediately, which I find to be very fun.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
look, this is a lot to chew on. This is a lot to think on. This is a lot to rub on in terms of its orgy thing. So I tell
Ayo.
you what, while you guys are rubbing your writing utensils against your writing surfaces,
Thank you.
let's rub on over to the word herd, and let me tell you, they have things to say, Phil Ranta.
I agree. You start talking about orgies, you get this whole word herd all riled up.
Okay.
A herd wearing their flannels. Here we go. Mogwai, of course, says, and socks too, because if you're wearing a flannel, it's only proper to keep them socks on.
Gotta keep it comfy.
You got to keep it comfy. And then, of course, Effin News says, I keep my monocle on, my flannel and my monocle, and my top hat and my cane while I get betwixt your legs. Meta CFO said, I like layman, said the derogatory voice. I like layman. Blah. I don't know if that's derogatory or just how I asked my wife out on her first date. YMCA. That's right. That's where the orgies happen in some big cities. It's true. And Mogwai Shadow says, antisocial monster makes since number one, they are antisocial by keeping on their clothes, and two, flannel might give rug burns.
Wow.
Monsters.
Okay.
That is one of the most well-reasoned, like, we should get Mogwai up on the stage because that was great. And then, of course, we have to go to Moonraven, who always has the best rubber ducky rock star, saying, I don't know why this has me imagining the Newhart show. It's because of the word orgy. And let's have an orgy of agreement and see if we can come to a consensus.
Oh, I love it. And now I'm also picturing this. I'm Daryl. This is my other brother, Daryl. And those are definitely the guys who are going to be there. All right. So now let's jump in and see where we ended up on this. So, Race to Cadence, I'm starting with you again. Where did you land?
Yeah, I started writing out my card before we even were given time to do it. And I realized, unfortunately, for the orgy question, I finished early.
That's a problem.
I went with and tried to draw a picture. Debased Tuxedo Villagers does it for me. And this is a gentleman wearing a plaid flannel shirt. And he's totally naked. And I drew a box just in case this is an all ages broadcast.
I'm going to say
not.
It is not.
Hold on, let me draw a giant penis then.
But I mean, let me tell you something. Giant penises and on this show are commonplace. However, I will say adding the box leaves even more to the imagination.
That's
and
right.
with the imagination of these people here, it's a frightening thing. So the debased Tuxedo Villagers, I like the flannel that was there. Sam Proof, what did you get?
Yeah, I did a complete about face. Mogwai totally changed my mind, and I weirdly had some Zen moment with Ray. So antisocial monsters and everything is censored. It's just don't look, please.
Do his balls have their own box?
Yes, they do. That is accurate.
Wait, is
You
he
need to
standing
take a
behind a
moment to-
table? I'm trying to understand.
It's his own kickstand, I think. That is what's happening.
Or it's a giant cross, like it's a like a prayer music video.
It's
where
just-
it's combining sex
it's
and
funny,
cross
yeah.
iconography.
Like he's very he's a little
Yeah,
cautious about
there's a
sharing
new
that with people.
Exorcist movie coming out. So the season of crucifix-based erogenous play is upon us.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And this exorcist is gonna be two creepy girls instead of one.
Oh boy,
Sell it in
guys.
the room.
Oh man. Hey, listen, you're getting and just so you know, the word herd is giving you much love on that, Sam Proof. So take solace in that.
Unless those two girls in the new Exorcist movie are named Linda and Blair, I'm out.
That's fair.
Bam. Okay, said here first. Phil Ranta, where did you land on this?
Well, I drew my dicks. These are the laymen. And they got little hogs there, and they're unhappy because they're wearing flannels. They're going, sex? Because
not
that's
even
the
doing
kind of
orgy
person.
stuff.
That would be the kind of
wow.
person who would wear a flannel to an orgy, is somebody who doesn't quite know what they're doing.
You guys, when does the cornhole start?
Oh yeah. Or to
Maggie?
quote Spender Turtle here, 6, eh? I like it. I like it. But Let me tell you what I don't like. Let me tell you what I'm going to admonish you for. Let me tell you what I'm kicking everybody out of the orgy for. Because we don't have a consensus again. All right. This time, you don't have 60 seconds. This time, I'm giving you less than 45 seconds.
Boy, oh boy.
Make it right. All of you starting now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really just about how many censored boxes you have in your drawing. So you can't go wrong.
If you look at my drawing right here, every one of those plaid squares, you thought I was drawing plaid. It was actually a censored box. This man
I had the guts to tell the people the truth that they have dongs under there. That's what honesty looks like in this crazy mixed up world.
You know what that sounds like? Sounds like those guys are monsters.
But you know what? I actually was going to change my answer to antisocial monsters because I really like it because it's like it sounds like you're yelling at someone's face and that makes me laugh.
Well, you know what then? I'm leaving this orgy. Good day.
All right.
Take your censored box with you.
Your flannel on. So
I'm having some cheese plate. Once again, that's where I end up.
You can leave.
Don't eat the cheese plate at an orgy. That's what my mom always used to tell me.
You know, it's that's how they get you. That's how they rope you in. They rope you in with a cheese plate. It sounds like we have a winner, though. It sounds like by way of majority, anti-social monsters is what has fought its way to the front. Congrats to RM Panda 2023. Someone who is no stranger to winning here on Every Word. Congrats to you once again. You know what you're going to be receiving. You're going to get another one of those NFTs, unofficial, official, with your name on it. So big congrats to you. You are a champion. And now we are on to round 4, our twofer round, where you'll need 2 cards to submit. Man, I love these. They always turn out to be fun. So let's see what we have in round 4. Now, I can tell she likes me, because she held my blank while we were blank through the woods.
Whoa.
Let's see what the word herd came up with. I can tell she likes me because she held my weedy while we were unguarded through the woods.
Okay.
She held my ding dong
right there
while we were training through the woods. She held my meat while we were elementally through the woods. She held my blunt while we were calmed through the woods.
Okay.
She held my dumbbells while we were poaching through the woods. And she held my saw while we were jogging through the woods. Now, we definitely went on a scale here of different people, I will say. So, Phil Ranta, what jumps out at you?
You know, there's something about referring to what I assume is a ding-dong as a weedy that really just gets me. They held my weedy. And something about being unguarded in the woods, it shows a comfort level, so you know that she likes, because we're unguarded, and yet she's still holding my weedy. How nice is that? I do like she held my blunt while we were calm through the woods, because just was a very like serene romance tale, right? Like it kind of whisked me away to like, it was almost like a Fault in Our Stars meets a little Harold and Kumar, if you know what I mean.
That's every quote unquote hike that people take in LA.
That's
right?
true.
Every
that's true.
one.
And at the Arb in Ann Arbor, I used to take that hike more than once. Also, I kind of like she held my saw while we were jogging through the woods, because it makes me think that it's like a serial killer that found the curly like they hold my saw. Everybody's running. They're running from me. She held my saw while we were jogging through the woods, getting away from this killer.
Absolutely. And oh man, you wait till we get to the comments, because you're singing a lot of people's tunes here. Race to Canis, what jumps out at you here?
I'm the wrong target audience for, I think it's an excellent one, but blunt, while we were calmed through the woods. If somebody had the Willie Nelson card, I think you could have made it work as a double entendre, as she held my Willie Nelson. But unfortunately, that person is not here today. I don't know that there's a Willie Nelson card. I'm almost for sure that there's a Willie Nelson card, right? If there isn't, Phil Ranta, hook me up. I got to record that one. Okay. I will say referring to it as a ding dong is just delightful. I love that. But we are almost here to October and scary season. So I've seen a couple of the Saw movies. And if we were to place this at the end of Saw 1, if she was holding my saw while we were jogging through the woods, that's a relationship that's going to last.
You know what? that might even be the plot to the new Saw movie that's coming out. So
I hope it is.
I look forward to it. I like what you're saying with that. So, Sam Proof, what do you got to add to this? What jumps out at you?
I think we have to look at this as part of the show as a whole. We were here for the flannel orgy. We were here for the other rounds, round 1, round 2. We know what's going on in this show, right? So like Dumbbell, Saw, Blunt, none of these fit. They're not on task. I do like Blunt and Calmed, but it's just not here. It's not what we're doing. We're not writing poetry. Meat's a strong start, but elementally through the woods, you're just dumping nothing. It's just gone. So it really just comes down to either holding your ding dong or your weedy, which most of us that's what it comes down to, right? And man, there's something real funny about just weedy, holding your weedy while we were unguarded through the woods. I think that's where it's at.
It's a lot of code in there where it brings a whole new idea that we're just going out in the garden pulling weeds. So with that, let's pull out your pens and your writing surfaces. Start putting down those final thoughts. And Phil Ranta, let's check in with you and the word herd. They have been chopping it up and having their own little conversation over here.
Have they ever? Let's get through these. Here we go. Mogwai Shadow said, woohoo, didn't need to read any further. I was hoping for wiener. That's right. The word wiener is out there, but I don't see it submitted for the game show much. We might have to get that one. Find out who has that. Spin the Turtle said, so I'm holding my Salwaro jogging. Feels like it's a spooky season kind of answer, and I dig it. Yeah. We're on the same page. I swear I didn't read that before I said what I said, so same page here. Moonraven, this would make an awesome Love Is cartoon panel. It's so true. Love is holding my weedy, like and they're like the little, well, I don't want to say that they're, because they all look like kids in Love Is. Maybe we shouldn't go there. Efton News says you have to eat your Wheaties before the orgy. That's true. You need to get your energy up to stay erect. Spin the Turtle said, I really dig holding my ding dong while we were training in the woods also. And Mogwai said, and that's the best training. There's Ethan is what better than hold my dick. Din Fong's got it. Well, and then finally, let's go to Moonraven saying, hold my ding dong would be a lasting relationship for a bit. Beautiful sentiment. And let's see if we can find ourselves a beautiful consensus.
That's right. Now, look, there's a lot of wonderful things to choose from here. I feel like I have an idea, but I have been surprised so many times that I never make a prediction. So, Phil Ranta, we started with you before. Let's start with you again. Where did you land here?
I got swept up in the romance. I really did. And I still think there's something most romantic about a blunt, and there's a little leaf blowing in the winds because it's calmed, and then there's the tree that looks like a mushroom cloud again because a blunt calmed just feels like a lovely tale.
What better thing to do when the world is exploding than spark up a little bit? You know what I mean? Get in your feels. All right, okay. That's, to me, that is also very poetic, very notebook worthy. Race the Canis, where did you land here?
The first thing I did is I went to crypto.com and checked my own words to see if I would have had. I thought for a brief second maybe I owned the Wiener card. I do not. I do own the Race to Canis card though. So. If I would have had that and been competing in this episode, I probably would have won the flannel orgy one. That's all I'm trying to say. But I went with romance as well. I think romance is in the air, but so is scary season. So I went with Saw jogging.
I love it.
Saw jogging, because that's actually a romance story at the end of a horror story. It plays. I love it. I think that is a brilliant way to go.
I think so. I mean, it's just like that part in the movie Goodfellas where he hands her the gun, to hide, and then she's like, "Oh, that's when I was hooked." If you hand her the saw and she's down to let you jog, it's something special. So, Sam Proof, where are you going to land here? Now we got two different directions we're going here. Both of them involve love. So, what about you?
Yeah, I went with romance too. I mean, it's a brisk autumn day. We're strolling through the woods, the park, whatever. I even contacted Robert Chan, and I got a few suggestions from him. And he said, I'm 100% right, and Ray is 100% wrong. And
sounds about right.
It's weedy. Your weedy is unguarded. Look at that. That is what love looks like right there. Look, yeah. Sam Kimbrell even weighed in. He was like, let me see the drawing. And I was like, here it is. And he was like, yeah. I mean, maybe not that censored part, but that's it. Right there.
Yes. I would definitely amplify what Ray said. If you checked in with Robert Clark Chan, you're going to get
you're right.
defiance to Race to Gayness. As a matter of fact, you're going to get direct opposition.
Every single time.
But speaking of direct opposition, what is going on, fellas? You had 4 chances so far to come to a consensus. And again, we're going in 3 opposite directions. I don't want to say you're driving me insane. I don't want to say that.
Last show was too easy.
I can't. That's where I'm not. I came in a little insane. You're driving me to other places. So you have to fix this. Everybody's thinking love. Everybody's thinking romance. Look, the comment section is going wild. They are screaming right now for you. They're telling you, Sam, to stand up. They're telling you you went a different way from me, Phil. What can we do, guys? 45 seconds.
Look, Ray, nobody's jogging through the woods for love. It's just sweaty. It's gross. You're only being chased.
You're being chased, but this is the thing, and this is the end of the movie Speed, when they say that, what really kindles a romantic relationship than an intense experience together. And what could be more intense than surviving the Saw warehouse with enough limbs intact that you can jog through the woods? Again, that's a relationship that will last.
This is why I support Saw and jogging, not to give away the ending of this, but because I can tell she likes me. It's spoken in first person, and it's not something where it's like a truth. It's that person's truth. And it would have to be a serial killer in order to be like, I can tell she likes me because she held my saw while we were jogging through the woods. It shows like a delirious point of view. To me, that's fun. I'm going to switch mine to Saw and jogging.
All right. Much like the girl in this relationship, I think we've all succumbed to Stockholm Syndrome from Ray. Saw it is.
Saw and jogging through the woods. Now, listen, I think Weedy, that's an honorable mention for you.
It's
okay?
very good. It's very
Ding
good.
Dong, they're singing your praises in the comments. I'm usually a fan of someone referring to their meat. I always think that's hilarious. However, we got a winner. Saw, jogging, and congrats once again to Scary Harry.
Oh,
Scary Harry with the 1-2 punch coming at us again in round 4. So once again, you will be having an unofficial NFT prize coming to you. And folks, it's been a hard fought battle, but we have made it to our final round, our 5th and final round with the Golden Special Edition round. This one is for Golden Special Edition cards only. So let's take a look at what we came up with for round 5. I'm a survivalist. I can kill a bear using nothing but a blank. Let's see what the word herd came up with. Or I'm a survivalist. I can kill a bear using nothing but a stable visitation.
Okay.
Nothing but a salad fork. Nothing but a Bigfoot. Nothing but a hunter. Nothing but a chronicle passage. All right. You went big and you went small, word herd. And so let's cinch this up proper here. Sam Proof, I'm starting with you. What jumps out at you?
I mean, salad fork is funny. You got the little fork, and you're stabbing. I think even funnier is the concept of hunter, where you're actually just holding a hunter and you're stabbing, but it's almost canceled out by Bigfoot because it's the same visual of like you're just holding a bigger person and just trying to stab with that. So I think it's salad fork.
All right. Yes. All of these, I like of them thought of as their own individual ways to manually kill someone. I think it does make it that much more fun. Phil Ranta, I'm going to jump over to you and see what your first impressions here are.
I learned everything that I need to know about survival by watching Godzilla movies. And everyone knows that when you're attacked by a monster, your first thought has to be, well, let's have a even larger monster arise to fight that monster. So I like the idea of killing a bear with a Bigfoot. I feel like, well, then what do you kill the Bigfoot with? Mothra. And then what do you kill Mothra with? Godzilla. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. So I like that one a lot. You know, I'm also gonna this might be from left field, but I'm gonna put in a vote for Chronicle Passage too, because there's something about like there's something kind of like Victorian about it, like a old timey map of having a Chronicle Passage as a way to escape, like definitely escape the bear.
I can see that, especially with the person loudly declaring at the beginning of this that they're a survivalist. So, yeah, I'm with you on that. Race the Canis, what jumps out at you?
Boy, you know, Salad Fork is really, really good. I actually discount Bigfoot and I discount Hunter because this is a person bragging about their accomplishment. But if somebody else does the killing for you, that's not really an accomplishment that you personally can brag about. So those actually lower in my mind. The one that I find the most interesting, and I read it slightly different than Mr. Phil Ranta, Chronicle Passage. I believe if you're a survivalist that's so good that you can kill a bear by reading a passage from the Chronicles of Narnia, a book so incredibly boring. When I got it in school, I did not finish it and had to guess the ending. But if you can pull that off, that you can kill a bear with those words, C.S. Lewis, I'm telling you right now, that's an excellent, excellent choice.
Oh, and that is very hard to disagree with. So with that, let's write these final answers down and see where you land. And one last time, let's check in with the Word Herd and see what they have to say with Phil Ranta.
Oh my gosh, the Word Herd had a lot to say. Starting with Mogwai saying, thinking Bigfoot. Moon Raven said, usually one begins with the salad fort, but tonight we end with it. He should write on the next Cocaine Bear movie. Mogwai said, and Bigfoot a little more badass, so talking smack. True. Meta CFO said, gotta be salad fork. That's flex. It is flex. If you can kill a bear with a salad fork, you're gonna be bragging about that for a week. Mogwai said, my Bigfoot, but the actual creature Bigfoot, cool too. So he's actually like talking about the fact that he has a big foot, and that's what he kills a bear with. We didn't bring that up. That's a good one. I think they, effing news said, I think they hired Hunter from that 80s show, or perhaps Hunter Biden, who might also be a bit of a scrapper, a little cocaine bear there, a little bit of get the cocaine bear. We're really hard on the Bidens tonight. But let's not be hard on each other as we come to a consensus.
Here we go.
One thing I just want to say right now is that if the person who put in Bigfoot also had the word pizza and they put in Bigfoot pizza from the 1980s, they would have had my immediate vote and I would have never moved from it. Just know this for the record.
Keep this in mind for the future, Word Herd. So let's see where we landed. Sam Proof, what do you got?
You know, Ray made a compelling argument, and I was very close to going that way, and then I started to hear the chat, and I stuck with Salad Fork.
Okay,
and
all right.
Because we're going to end with that tonight.
You know what? And that's a very respectable choice. There's a lot of love behind that Salad Fork. To quote Moonraven, yas. Phil Ranta, where did you land with this?
I mean, I landed on the right one, and that was also a lot of people from the Word Herd going Bigfoot. There's big. I'm very proud of my bear drawing. Not so proud of my Bigfoot drawing. A little bit of cousin it there, but you get the idea. He's saying "die" to the bear, and the bear's going, "Well, I'm about to get killed."
Did the bear look like he stabbed him in the chest?
Can I see that picture one more time? That's the girl from The Ring. I don't know how to break it.
You're right. She's got the hair over it, except standing a little too upright to be the girl from The Ring.
All right, fair enough. Well, she's got to match the bear. You got to get big for a bear. You know, that's she knows
true.
that.
You got to be big.
Yeah. You have to make yourself as big as possible. Race to Canaan.
Yeah.
Where did you land, and how are we going to end this night?
As usual, I am a big fan of myself because let's face facts, I'm amazing. So I convinced myself again that Chronicle Passage, and this is my attempt to draw reading a book, and the Z's are coming because they fell asleep. But if you can pull that off, you deserve to call yourself a survivalist.
So this is what we're talking about. I don't know if this has happened in such a long long time. We went all 5 rounds with not coming to a consensus, and I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna explode here. But before we do that, yes, Moonraven, you're right. This is a fight to the end. All right, this is what happens when this happens, and this is not happening. So.
Can I just,
You
I'll
all
just say
know
right
what the
now,
right
Matt
answer
Harris, let me just say, I've been in the room with Phil Ranta and Sam Proof a number of times. I have been on projects with Phil Ranta and Sam Proof a number of times. The number of times also that we have all agreed on the same things is roughly 0. So this outcome is the only thing that makes
I'll
sense.
agree to that.
I agree to that.
Par for the course. Now that you're
Yeah.
in the mood for agreeing, we all know there's a correct answer here. All right, there's a correct answer. It's on the tip of each of your pens. It's on the tip of each of your tongues. It's on the tip of each of your monster orgies. So, what is the correct answer? You have 30 seconds.
I said someone was going to get punched by the end of this episode, and finally, this is over the line.
What's happening?
I would switch to salad fork.
Woo!
Let me just say right now for the record, fork me.
Hey!
I was
Man.
well convinced. It is the best answer. As much as I like my answer, sometimes the obvious choice is the best choice, and the best choice is the obvious choice. Fork me, ladies and gentlemen. Fork me. That is the correct answer.
Oh, what the fork? Let's do it. Mystery men.
Yay.
Them you motherfuckers. Well, let me tell you something. This time, congrats to Moon Raven.
Hey!
Moon Raven, you've been hitting us with the sauce all night in this comment section. So I want to say big congratulations to you. Take your victory lap. You've earned it. And ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages that are adult and that are with us tonight. That's our show. Thank you so much for watching Own Every Word, the game show. But before we go, let's take a sign off. Phil Ranta, anything you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, all you Maine netizens out there, make sure to play Maine City. It's actually done really well for the Chronos chain and for the NFT marketplace, and raises all tides. And also keep tweeting at crypto.com that we want more drops. Let them know it. And we're going to get those prizes out to you soon. We realize we're a little behind on those prizes. We're going to get those prizes out to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And Sam Proof, what do you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, it's scary season coming up, and Cute Avalanche every year runs a month-long Spookity Meowloween game in its Twitch channel. So head over to twitch.tv/cuteavalanche, and we're going to launch that, I think, later tonight, actually. I have yet another stream chat to do. And along those lines, we just fostered our 170th cat.
Whoa!
Holy crap.
Doing the good work out there.
Wow.
I'm loving it. You know what, Spin the Turtle? I don't know. Are we still chilling with Spooky Pets?
Yeah, we are. I just talked to Seth from
Absolutely,
Spooky
we are.
Pets yesterday, and he's got something Halloween planned. I don't remember what.
All right. Well, yes, big congrats, 170th cat, doing the good work out there. Well done, Sam Proof. And Race the Canis, our honored guest, our honored judge. Thank you for being here tonight. What can you leave the people with? What do you want them to know? Where?
So many things. I'm going to go rapid fire. Of course, you can listen to Knowing is Half the Podcast, the G.I. Joe recap show. We're wrapping up G.I. Joe Sigma 6 right now. Check us out at G.I. Joe Podcast, or check out the show. You can also Who Would Win show. Find us wherever you podcast. It's a big old show that I'm a part of. And we just finished our Showdown September, biggest, most requested matches of the year. And we're about to launch into Shocktober, horror-themed matchups. And finally, at Vampire Detroit on Twitter or vampiredetroit.com. Check out Reclaim Detroit. New episode is coming in October. And that new episode will have both Matt Harris and Phil Ranta in the episode. So check that out, and check out episodes 1 through 5. You can either listen wherever you podcast, just find Reclaim Detroit, just search that, or just go to vampiredetroit.com and you can you can listen to them all on the website if you'd like to. It is there. I have a lot of things. I also want to say, check out the crypto.com own every word marketplace. I was just looking at it while these guys were plugging. There is a lot of good words available pretty cheaply, and I might start scooping them for future game shows. I'm not going to lie. And also, of course, hashtag share your raise.
Love it. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody, thank you for watching. I'm Matt Harris. Make sure, Ray said it all for us, crypto.com/NFT if you want to follow us and follow all our drops. And if you want to play along next time, go to owneveryword.com. We'll see you again next time. This was great, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yay.
Keep killing it, word herd. Anyway, bye now.
I really struggle with that outro. That's
That was great.
I think I
That
clicked
doesn't
the
look
wrong
like we're off.
All right.
What's that?
Okay.
You didn't.
Are we still
you didn't
on?
hit the end.